Good Tuesday morning, everybody. I'm Dave Furtado.
And I'm meteorologist Jefferson Donovan.
And welcome to Keep Her Quick, your latest local news and weather, commercial free in about 16 minutes or less. We're going to jump right over to weather because Jefferson, quite the free fall in terms of temperatures yesterday.
Yes.
Quite chilly. Are we on the rebound now?
Yes, we are on the rebound now. We are going to be about 10 degrees warmer today than yesterday. Also yesterday, there were some showers in our forecast area. Unfortunately, the rainfall did underperform what was forecast, but there were still some showers out and about yesterday, and some showers could linger today, especially in the Kittitas and Yakima County areas. Now, as we go into tomorrow, we are going to be losing all clouds and shower chances. Sunshine with temperatures into the 90s back on Wednesday, and we will hold on to sunshine through the coming weekend. Now, speaking one more time about what we saw yesterday in terms of rainfall, again, it really wasn't much. We did see just a trace of rainfall for the Tri-Cities and Walla Walla. 1/100th of an inch of rainfall in Yakima and Ellensburg, and then 4/100ths of an inch in Pendleton. So again, not much, but there were some raindrops out there. We will talk about the shower chances on tap for today and the warm-up coming as we go through the rest of the week coming up.
Thanks, Jefferson. We begin this morning in Boardman. Residents across the community are continuing to pick up the pieces this week following a devastating fire on Friday that left several families without a home and the city void of a valuable support system for those in need. Keeper's Alan Lester caught up with community members to hear how they're coming together in this time of heartbreak.
There was a couple of security guard people. They just moved in and it's gone.
From smoldering piles to charred grounds, the destructive path of Friday's Kincaid fire in the small North Oregon town has left a considerable mark. 5 homes burned to the ground, one of which a 2-story residence. Nearby neighbors speaking in depth about what they saw firsthand amidst the smoke and flames, all while trying to protect their own homes.
It was impossible to see across the street. And this house here, 30 minutes is all it took. And it was gone. And the next house to the west, again, 30 minutes. And the 2-story further west, 35 minutes.
The homes weren't the only casualties to the blaze, however, as the fire also destroyed the city's food pantry, which was housed in a former church and was a lifeline for more than 200 families in the city. The cross on top of the building spared from any real damage. Local leaders say the destructive tragedy has led to a mass outpouring of community support.
Once they finished that and let that up, people started bringing. So Friday night, we were already filling up that area. But then on Saturday, it was overwhelming. I mean, just all day long, we had people bringing things.
Back in 2020, the food pantry started in that room. And so this is kind of a full circle. So we're back into bringing all the stuff in the room again. And then it moved over to the Lutheran church. And so people are bringing food for the pantry, but they're also bringing things for the fire victims. It's so much love.
While donations continue to pour in, an investigation into the cause of the blaze is still ongoing. Authorities say the fire was one of 5 in the area that day and are believed to be acts of arson. No suspects have been identified as of Monday, and although folks hope they get answers soon, they know the healing process is a much longer journey.
All the stuff that you build years to accumulate and memories and life stories are dramatically altered in less than an hour.
Keeper's Alan Lester, thank you. And while no one was injured as a result of Friday's fire, authorities confirmed several pets were killed. Community leaders say with enough support, they plan to have a new temporary food pantry location up and running by Thursday. Information on how you can donate to the victims of the fire is up on our website, keepertv.com. 2 people are recovering from injuries after a crash in Garfield County. According to State Patrol, a 2023 Chevy Silverado was heading westbound on State Route 12, about 12 miles west of Pomeroy, when a Corvette at the intersection of State Route 127 failed to yield the right-of-way after stopping at the stop sign. The Silverado collided with the Corvette, and the occupants of the Corvette were transported to the hospital, and the driver is facing a charge of failure to yield. Meanwhile, a man on a motorcycle is arrested after taking off from Kennewick police at a high rate of speed. It happened last week when a motorcycle officer tried to stop the man who was going 60 in a 40 at Steptoe and West Buchanan Avenue. The motorcycle also had no license plate displayed. Shortly after, though, a Benton County Sheriff's deputy spotted the motorcycle and arrested the 41-year-old rider. He faces charges of driving with a suspended license, operating a vehicle without an ignition interlock device, and failure to obey a police officer. And Representative Dan Newhouse says he won't be organizing any in-person town halls and will be limiting his public appearances because of death threats. Now, the threats against the longtime congressman have stemmed back for months, with one man being federally charged in March for allegedly calling Newhouse's office and threatening to slit the representative's throat. Newhouse spokesman Matt Reed says despite the threats, the congressman is hoping to schedule a telephone town hall soon. We will provide details of any once they are confirmed. Republican lawmakers have been advised against scheduling town halls or public meetings, with House Speaker Mike Johnson going as far as to say that they are filled with what he calls professional protesters. And Pasco has a new city manager. City Council selecting Harold Stewart following a nationwide search and public engagement process. Stewart currently serves as the city manager of Minot, North Dakota, and brings more than 2 decades experience, including 12 years in city management at 4 different cities. In a statement from the city, Stewart says, quote, "I was deeply impressed by the city's vision, the pride of its staff, and the energy in the community. I look forward to getting started and working together to support City Council's priorities and the needs of Pasco's diverse neighborhoods." The City Council conducted formal interviews with the finalists on July 14th following a public meet and greet event with residents and stakeholders. Stewart's first day with the City of Pasco will be announced soon. And health leaders say cases of a skin rash known as swimmer's itch are being reported. Several individuals have reported symptoms after recent exposure in the Columbia River. Now, swimmer's itch is an itchy skin rash caused by a microscopic parasite and occurs when certain parasites released from infected snails come into contact with human skin. Officials say it's not contagious and goes away usually on its own, though it can be uncomfortable. Common symptoms include tingling, burning, or itching of the skin, followed by a red rash or small blisters. Now, to reduce your risk of swimmer's itch, avoid swimming in areas where swimmer's itch has been reported or signs are posted. Stay away from marshy shorelines where snails are often present, and dry off with a towel or immediately shower after swimming. And with that, let's jump right over to meteorologist Jefferson Donovan. Jefferson, temperatures today maybe not as hot as they were earlier this week or even later on this week, so maybe less water activity today, but with Water Follies coming up, you know people are going to be out on the water.
Yeah, a lot of people are going to be heading out towards the water maybe as soon as Thursday. Thursday is going to be the warmest day of the week, and then, of course, with Water Follies coming up, that is a water focus. Let's just call it a holiday. Now, today is going to be about 10 degrees warmer than we did see yesterday, still below average on these daytime highs, but warmer than yesterday. Highs will primarily reach the upper 80s to low 90s in the Tri-Cities today. I would say mid to upper 80s seem appropriate in the Yakima Valley this afternoon. Look for low to mid 80s in the Kittitas Valley today, with daytime highs into the mid to upper 80s for the Blue Mountain foothills. We are going to be looking at passing clouds and sunshine for a majority of today, but by the time we get to the late afternoon hours, clouds are going to be on an increasing trend, and we may even see some showers and thunderstorms. Now, as we take a look at the Storm Tracker Futurecast, the best opportunity for showers and storms today will be focused in Kittitas County and Yakima County, and I'm not totally discounting an opportunity for some showers along the Blue Mountain foothills, even though the Futurecast does not depict those. Now, as we go into your nighttime hours and into tomorrow, we are going to be losing all shower chances, and in fact, skies will be on a clearing trend. Wednesday and Thursday will be back, or we will be back to the more summer-like weather Wednesday and Thursday, as we do see sunshine on Wednesday with highs into the low to mid 90s. And then on Thursday, we're going to see pretty hot temperatures with mid to upper 90s back to the inland northwest, although the Kittitas Valley may be holding on to the low 90s for the penultimate day of the work week. In terms of haze and smoke, unfortunately, it's just that time of year. Haze and smoke is going to be sticking around. We're seeing fires all the way around the Pacific Northwest and fires in Canada. In the heart of fire season, everybody knows it. Smoke is produced by those fires, and I think it's just that time of year where even on clear days, you should anticipate some haze and smoke overhead. We're not anticipating anything terribly dense, no poor air quality, but some hazy, smoky skies certainly will be in the cards. Now, one more note I would like to make as we do go through the next couple of days. Today will be a light wind day. We will stay light on those winds on Wednesday, but then on Thursday, winds are going to become breezy to gusty around the inland northwest. Gusts could reach 30 miles per hour on Thursday for the Tri-Cities, Walla Walla, and Pendleton, with 40-mile-per-hour gusts on Thursday in Ellensburg. Given that Thursday is the warmest day of the week, we are certainly going to need to practice that fire safety. Right now, I'm going to toss it back over to Dave.
Thanks, Jefferson. With Water Follies coming up this weekend, community members are saying this is the earliest people have set up ahead of this year's event. If you've driven by the Columbia River, you've likely seen some tents, couches, and even people putting down their tarps. We caught up with community members who say people usually start setting up a few days before the races, but this year people started setting up yesterday. Some explained how they're keeping the tradition of Water Follies alive.
It's a blast. It's kind of fun seeing it from this angle now with a 5-year-old and a 2-year-old. Just, it is different. Like, you come here as a kid and it's just a magical place. And but now we're the ones putting in a lot of hard work and coming down Monday, getting our spot. But it's a blast just seeing them just have the times of their lives, making those core memories.
I think, yeah, just growing up, watching the Water Follies, watching the Columbia Cup, this year the Gold Cup, it just brings back just kind of nostalgia.
Now, Water Follies starts this Friday. You can visit our website, keepertv.com, for ticket information. And in some education news, there's new details emerging about a new federal rule that could block some immigrant families from Head Start programs, such as ones here in our region. Inspired Developmental Centers, which serve Central Washington, says the change is not specific on how exactly it will be implemented and has raised a lot of questions. In a written statement, CEO Jorge Castillo says, quote, "No instructions have been provided by the Office of Head Start as of this moment. This makes it difficult to assess the impact on our organization as of right now. We do know some of the negative impacts it will have on communities and specifically on the children. I would like to add the way in which this change has been made is not typical. Usually there is public comment prior to the implementation. In this case, the change was made and then public comment was solicited for a 30-day period." Now, Inspired Developmental Center says they hope to get more details soon and will better understand the impact once they do. The Yakima Central Library is nearing its goal of 1 million reading minutes by the end of July. As KIMA's Aiden Connor explains, the library has had significant success motivating local families to log their minutes this summer.
1.9 years, roughly 694 days, over 16,000 hours, and 60 million seconds. 1 million minutes is a lot of time. But Yakima Central Library was not faced by the large number.
The motivation came when we didn't realize how well we were doing, and we didn't realize that we could actually hit 1 million.
They wanted to bring the Valley together through reading and provide a fun challenge for the summer.
In terms of the community, it shows the collective impact that if we all work together and we make small efforts towards a big goal, we can achieve something really great.
The library has seen lots of growth since advertising their summer reading goals.
So when we advertised our reading goal this Friday, we actually saw an increase in logging and minutes over the weekend, and 55,000 minutes were logged just in 2 days.
The program was designed to not only bring the community together, but provide more motivation for children to participate in a productive extracurricular activity. Summertime is seen as an escape for many children in the Yakima Valley and all across the world. School is done and you can go have a ton of fun in the sun. But one of the many goals of the 1 million minute milestone here at the Yakima Central Library is to make sure the kids are racking up their summer reading minutes.
We do summer reading to kind of prevent the summer slide for kids in school. So they tend to lose about 2 months worth of reading knowledge over the summer. And by having the summer reading program and now this reading goal, we make it more fun and challenging and less of a chore.
Whether you're reading a lengthy novel, poetry, or having mom or grandma read a bedtime story, every minute logged contributes to a sizable goal that was once seen as a long shot.
And as of Monday morning, the library has logged over 880,000 minutes of reading and are looking for 120,000 more before July 1st. If you're interested in participating, you can sign up on the Beanstack app or at any Yakima Valley Library location. Meanwhile, the Yakima Federal Savings and Loan Association is celebrating its 120-year anniversary this year. Since 1905, Yakima Federal has been providing home loans and banking services to the Yakima Valley while also donating to several notable charities in the area, including the United Way of Central Washington, Habitat for Humanity, Boys and Girls Club, among others. President Dan Galk says they look to continue to enhance their product offerings and offer reliable home ownership options to the Yakima community. The third episode in KIMA's new online interview series, Wine Time Yakima, aired this past Saturday on our YouTube channel. This week's guest was Charlie Robin, the CEO of the Capitol Theater here in Yakima. Charlie tells us his story from growing up in St. Louis, his early days as a singing telegram and performer, as well as why he chose Yakima over London and Sydney 10 years ago. All over a glass of wine at the Yakima Visitor Center. New episodes are available every Saturday at 7 p.m. And meanwhile, episode 2 of our new bi-weekly history series, Roots of the Valley, aired Sunday morning at 11 a.m. This week, John Franklin's guest was Connor Hopkins, the executive director of the Yakima Greenway. Connor describes the creation of the Greenway and the vital part it has played in Yakima's history right up to today, serving as a wonderful artery for the Yakima community. Roots of the Valley airs every other Sunday at 11 a.m. If you subscribe to our YouTube channel, you'll get notified of all new programming as it airs. And that does it for us. Thank you for watching this episode of Keeper Quick. For more local news and weather, you can head over to our websites, Keeper and KIMATV.com, as well as our Facebook pages. But while you're here, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel to keep up with our latest mini newscasts Monday through Friday. Have a terrific Tuesday, everybody.